Hi friends, Nancy Bandara Lapre here. It's the first time I ever do this, so forgive me if it doesn't come out perfect. But I wanted to tell a little bit of my story, my journey with God through cancer. I got breast cancer diagnosis in July of 2014 and ended up with triple negative breast cancer and ended up having to go into surgery, radical mastectomy. They also took my pectoral muscle, 23 lymph nodes, and started chemotherapy. And the chemo didn't work, unfortunately. Went into radiation, did that, stayed at the Hope Lodge in Tampa, and went to Moffitt. I did that for 30 sessions. So I was there for, several weeks. And after that, obviously go home like everybody else. And I started having a dry cough. And in between that, I was seemed to, from low immune system, I guess, lots of infections. I was probably on 13 different antibiotics in an 18-month period, including getting pneumonia and having cellulitis and MRSA as well. Went back in for reconstruction surgery, and the cough continued to get worse. I ended up with pleural effusion of the right lung caused by permanent damage from the radiation that burnt my lung. They started filling up with fluid, and about a year ago, April 2017, they pulled some fluid, and it was clean, although they thought they saw some spots that were questionable in other places, and they said that they couldn't understand why I wasn't sick, because by the paperwork I should have been. So I went on about my business, and then in the meantime my lungs are getting worse progressively, and now my left lung was filling up, so to the point I was having a hard time breathing. I couldn't even walk 5 feet. So I go in and have that checked. They tapped that lung, and it ended up where it was positive for cancer. But it was now no longer triple negative breast cancer, but I had a secondary cancer, which was an HR positive breast cancer. So anyway, as you see, I'm on oxygen. I ended up in the hospital, and they kept draining my lung. I went in, they took like a pint and a half out, and then 2 days later, another 1.3 liters. And it was rough, needless to say. And of course, they're telling me that I'm going to die, and that I only have 6 months to live. And I don't believe that. I have a lot of faith, and like I said to the doctors, they put a permanent drain in for me, so I've been getting that drained, 3 times a week, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'm on, permanent oxygen, at this time. But God decides my fate, not someone else. No one else dictates how much life that I have here on earth. So, one of the scriptures that I've been saying since the beginning, whenever I would feel down or have doubt in my mind that God wasn't going to help me, or that things weren't going to work out. I shouldn't say not that I didn't think God was going to help me, because I do. But Jeremiah 29:11, I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. And I've held on to that all this time, and I'm still holding on to this. So I decided to look for alternative therapies, because obviously I have a secondary cancer, which is one of the things that I talked to my oncologist about, when of course they wanted to rush me once again into chemotherapy based out of fear. You got to do it now. You don't have time. We don't have time to waste. Excuse me. And I just felt in my core being, intuitively speaking, that wasn't the right thing for me. Excuse me. And I felt for sure that if I let them do that, then I probably definitely would be gone in the 6 months that they were talking about, because I was so weak. It was ridiculous. Like I said, I couldn't walk 5 feet without the oxygen. So anyway, I'm heading to Mexico today. So I'm going to be going to St. Andrew's Clinic, and I'll be staying at the Dolly Hotel. And there's going to be many therapies that I'm going to be doing, which I will talk to you about at another time, because this posting is basically to help people through the journey, or to go to see my journey, I guess I would say. When I was looking into alternative therapies, thank God there's been a lot of people that have been healed. You can go to BaileyO'Brien.com. She's also had gone to Mexico. You can go to ChrisBeatCancer.com. And there's a lot of videos on there of people that have healed themselves naturally with the help of God, I believe. And there's hope elsewhere besides the cutting and the poisoning and the burning. And so what I was missing in all of that, when I was watching some of the other things that people talked about, is I realized that they were sick and they had cancer, and they did alternative treatments, and you saw, okay, the beginning, and you saw the end where they were healed. But what I was missing was the journey in between. And I wanted to know, okay, so what did this person go through day to day? What did they feel like? Were they sick? Were they okay? Were they getting better? Did they have down times? So I'm going to try to keep up with a blog pretty regularly, so that people can see the process. And so this is, like I said in the beginning, my journey with God through cancer. And I love you guys, and God bless. And I will see you soon. Bye for now.